All right. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Rico Kilao here, joining us from the Philippines, from Southeast Asia. And of course, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our partners joining us in different parts of the world. And by the way, this is a Monday call that is happening each and every single week. During Mondays, this is particularly tailored for the Asian community, especially when it's in the evening. I know that a lot of you are still working and you would want to, of course, do a training every start of the week, right? So, what a wonderful time for us, to get more information, to get trained, to get inspired each and every start of the week. So, every Monday evening in Singapore, in the Philippines, it's 8:30 p.m. In Thailand, it's 7:30 p.m. And what a way for our, of course, international markets, especially for the Eastern time, to be joining us early in the morning, first thing in the morning. And of course, we're going to discuss some special trainings and topics when it comes to how we can learn more about our business. This is one way for us to educate our partners on how you can become better in, with all of the knowledge, with all of the things that is important when it comes to growing our business. And of course, you can always ask your questions in this call. This is a perfect time for you to raise your questions, ask your questions, anything that you would like to know about our products, our business. This is the opportunity for you to learn more about it. And of course, we also have some people, some partners joining us from Texas. It's 7:30 a.m. Wow, Rosalie, nice to see you here early in the morning. Thank you so much for your commitment. And of course, we're going to get started by sharing with you the amazing announcement that was made a couple of days ago in one of our trainings, and it talks about the rank advancement promotion. We have what we call the Build Assist promotion. Build Assist promotion is on top of what you are enjoying as an Opulence Global partner, on top of the current compensation plan. We are adding up some things in order for your business to get more perks, privileges, to have that level of urgency in doing the business. And this is the best time for you to also get promoted to the next level. Okay, so make sure that you discuss these things to your team, to your partners, and especially to your guests. Because, of course, whenever there is something, some promotion, some incentives, it always adds up. It always adds up to the growth of your business. And that is why we call it the Build Assist program. It assists you and help you to build your business and get to the next level. And what an amazing promotion we have right now, especially with the rank advancement promotion. Just a couple of months ago, we ran particularly the March Madness promotion, right? So how many of you have enjoyed and how many of you took advantage of the rank advancement of the March Madness promotion, having more value in your packages? I know that a lot of our partners have launched their new partners, and you enjoyed, of course, the amazing wholesale profits. And on top of that, your prospects or your new partners were able to enjoy the additional perks of privileges up to $500 worth of products in retail value. So that is another treat, exciting treat, of course, coming from our founder and CEO, Ramin Mesgarlu. So congratulations to all of our new LAs, to all of our new LAPs, and of course to all of our new LADEs, and especially to those who have upgraded. No, I know that a lot of people have also upgraded from to becoming an LADE. So congratulations to each and everyone. And Jerry is saying here, hello Jerry, by the way. Good morning to you, Jerry. Yes, the extra $500 gift. Now that you have more partners joining your team, now this is the next level, particularly rank advancement. If someone joined you as an LA, LAP, LADE, now the next step, the next level is by becoming a lifestyle director one. And we're going to share with you in this call how you become an LD1. And after becoming an LD1, the next step is, of course, becoming an LD2. And after the LD2, of course, next is LD3. And when you become an LD3, guess what? We have an amazing promotion that is currently running right now. And I know that you have seen it in many of our posters. And this is the time for us to clarify that. Okay. So let me just share with you my screen. And we're going to discuss the rank advancement promotion. And again, by the way, this call is recorded. We're going to have it posted in our YouTube channel so that you can also share, you can also review, and you can also get back to the recordings. This is one way wherein you can learn how you can how you can be more trained and equipped when it comes to our business. Okay, so let me just open up the file here, and then I will have it shared with you. Okay. All right. So here we go. First, let's talk about, of course, the amazing worldwide rank advancement promotion. I think it was launched just a couple of days ago. And I'm sure that you're going to feast on this. And of course, it says here, dress, live, and earn like a millionaire. Of course, with our rank advancement. And the good thing about our compensation plan is that once you get to the next level, the perks, the privileges, and the bonuses and commissions becomes bigger and bigger. So that's the reason why we encourage you, if you are at a certain level in your business, always go to the next level. Go to the next level, because as you go up the Opulence Highway, as mentioned earlier, from LA, LD1, LD2, LD3, and then after LD3, we also still have LD4, Lifestyle Director 4. After LD4, we also have what we call the Presidential Lifestyle Director. And after the Presidential Lifestyle Director, the topmost position is known to be the Royal Lifestyle Director. Okay? So if you are at the LA level right now, the next step is for you to become an LD1. And this is the best time for you to be promoted to the next level, because starting May, we have an amazing promotion that is currently running. And that promotion is this, right? So Lifestyle Director 1, if you become a Lifestyle Director 1 up this month, May 31. So on top, of course, of the perks and privileges that you will be receiving, you will also receive, of course, the $500 POSH Kit collection. All right. So that's an additional items for you that you can enjoy, that you can showcase, like this one, like this watch that I'm wearing today. It's actually a POSH collection. Okay. So this will be additional treat for you. Of course, when you get to the LD1, you will be able to enjoy at least probably 7 to 8 ways of making money. You will have access to that. That's including, of course, retail, wholesale, personal team bonus, team commissions, and top of that, you also have the MGRS, the car club bonus, the variance bonus, and of course, the great thing about becoming an LD1 is you have now access to at least probably 8 or 9 ways of making money. So as you go up the rank, the perks and privileges, the compensation plan becomes more and more. And on top of that, you will be able to receive a $500 POSH Kit collection. So that is in retail value. And the products, by the way, that are shown here are for illustrative purposes only. And what an exciting way for you to get promoted and then be able to receive all of these gifts. Okay? But more than that, remember, the reason why you are rank advancing is because you want to build a team. You want to build a business that grows, that expands, and you want a business that not just rely on your own personal effort, but by building a team and duplicating your team, you're able now to enjoy what we call the power of leveraging. Because at the end of the day, our compensation plan is designed for you to enjoy what we call the lifelong residual income. And the way for you to enjoy the lifelong residual income is by having more partners, having more trained individuals who will be doing their own business apart from you. Okay? So meaning independent from you. Whether or not you're doing the business or not, your partners are doing their own business, growing their own business while your business grows. And that's basically the reason why we encourage you to become promoted to the next level, because building your team gives you a pathway to enjoy what we call the lifelong residual income. And when we have the lifelong residual income, that's basically the key in order for you to enjoy what we call the time and financial freedom. Okay? So the first step after the LA is by becoming an LD1. And as an LD1, if you become an LD1 up until May 31 this month, set your targets, put it in your vision board, put it in your promise list. By May 31, I will become an LD1, Lifestyle Director 1. Okay? So very, very important. Write it down and make it happen. Now, I also would suggest that you set a time together with your My5, especially your core upline, because they will be the ones to support you in building and hitting your targets to become an LD1. So if you still do not know how to become an LD1, we'll discuss it right after this promotion discussion. We're also going to share with you how you become an LD1. Okay? So Lifestyle Director 1 by May 31, write it down on your promise list, on your notebook, on your vision board. And the great thing there is not only you will be able to receive all of the perks and privileges of an LD1, you will have an additional $500 POSH Kit collection, courtesy, of course, of Opulence Global. Okay? Now, the next level from LD1 is by becoming an LD2. Now, Lifestyle Director 2, if you become promoted up until June 30, okay? 2 months from now, June 30, you'll be able to receive an additional $1,000 FERI Kit collection. Wow, that's $1,000. Where can you get that amount of gift, right? So this is the best time for you to work on your rank advancement promotion, especially becoming an LD1 and LD2. Okay? So that's an additional treat to all of our partners who will be promoted to LD1 and LD2. Now, another exciting, the part two of our promotion is, of course, we understand that becoming an LD3 is a much higher task than they just be becoming an LD2. Okay, it means there is a big jump. Okay, for you to become an LD3, and that is exactly the reason why becoming an LD3, you will receive a much more incentive promotion, and that is drum roll. All right, so what an amazing time for you to be promoted to become an LD3 within this year. All right, December 31. So this promotion runs up until December 31. And another thing to note, okay, this is not for everyone, but only to the first two partners in each of the markets per country who rank advanced to Lifestyle Director 3 by the end of this year, December 31, 2025. Guess what? On top of the, of course, existing provision of our compensation plan, you will also receive the 3 nights hotel visit to the iconic Toronto Ferry Gallery and Opulence headquarters, flights included. Wow. I've never seen a promotion like this, especially for the LD3. I know that you have, of course, what we call the exotic vacation, right? So that's also part of the compensation plan. But actually, on top of that, the great thing there is that now you have the opportunity to witness our, of course, innovative, our luxurious headquarters. As our CEO puts it, there is no office like the ones that there is no gallery or showroom like the ones that we have right now, which will be opening up on August, right? On August 15th. So make sure that you work out your promotion by the end of this year. Set it as a target, okay? And of course, you will be arranged one hotel pick up and return to the showroom. It's also included in the incentive, okay? So the great thing here is that when you become an LD3, it means that you already have your team working with you. Because as I've said earlier, becoming an LD3 is not an easy fit. You really have to have partners and leaders working together with you so that you can achieve the level of the LD3. Okay? So this is an amazing program. And by the way, I don't know what the record of becoming an LD3 is. Does anyone know here? Probably those who are ahead of me, who joined Opulence Global, already knows what is the record for becoming an LD3. How long? How quick, by the way? How quick did someone become an LD3? Because as far as I know, here in the Philippines, we have 4 months, okay? 4 months of becoming an LD3. All right, 4 months, imagine. So this is very doable. The great thing there is that we already have, of course, I don't know if she's here, but of course, our LD3 Jocelyn Aquino from Davao did it in 4 months, all right? And during the time of lockdown, during the time of pandemic. So it's much more possible right now that, we are free to go out, we are free to expand our market wherever, whenever. And of course, we still have a couple of months. So starting this month, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So basically, we have 8 months, okay? 8 months for you to complete and work on your LD3. Now, probably you're asking, how do I become an LD3? Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to share with you next. So let me just open up the file when it comes to our rank advancement slide. Okay, hang on. I will just have to open the other file, okay? By the way, if you have any questions when it comes to this amazing promotion, please feel free to raise your questions. You can put it in our Q&A box, which you can also see on your screen right now, or probably you could raise your hand and yeah, you can actually raise your questions here live. Can ask your questions live so that we can discuss it and be able to answer anything that is unclear when it comes to this promotion. All right, so okay, so let me just share with you this one. Okay. All right, so now the question is, I want to become a part of that team that will be going to Canada for what's that? 4 days, 3 nights, right? That's a 3 nights treat for you to be, of course, witnessing the showroom, witnessing, of course, our amazing corporate team there in Canada, and of course, be able to enjoy Canada if you're not from Canada, by the way. All right, so so now let's discuss. By the way, let me see if we have any questions here. And Napa Porns here says here, I am excited. Oh, yes, yes, air ticket is included. Wow, thank you so much. We also have Janson. Hello, Janson from Thailand. Wow, we have a lot of our Thai team joining us in this call. Thank you so much. So, wadikap to each and every one of you. Kapunka. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about how you can get to the next level. Okay. So actually, our compensation plan is very simple because all you have to do is, of course, sponsor new people. When you sponsor new people into our business, like for instance, if you want to become a lifestyle director one, so that's the next step after the LA. So the first thing that you need to do is at least you become an LA first, minimum LA. So that means that if you're a brand partner, your next step is to become an LA or an LAP or an LADE. Okay. So once you are already an LA, what you need to do is to sponsor at least two new partners, two new LAs on the minimum. All right. When we say LA minimum, it means that it can be an LA, LAP, or LADE. All right. So you just need at least two LAs or LAPs. So when you are able to complete that, you already have two LAs and two minimum LAs. Then you just need to teach, train, coach, mentor these two LAs to also have their two LAs. All right. So you sponsor two LAs, and then those two LAs that you sponsor will also have two LAs that is also sponsored by your level one. Then you can become an LD1 already. Okay. Now the key thing here is you should have at least 150 PV. Okay. It means that it's very important that the moment that you sponsor a new partner, the first thing that you need to discuss with them is the importance of the smart buy. All right, there are a couple of reasons why they should be on Smart Buy because this is the backbone, this is the foundation of your business. One, the purpose of the Smart Buy is for you to become a product of your own product. You cannot sell what you do not feel, right? This is very important. Credibility is important in growing this business, especially when it comes to our products, especially if you're taking FOL, Divine, of course, the skincare, the fashion items. Whenever you wear them, whenever you use them, you develop this level of conviction when it comes to our products, right? You cannot sell, let's say, a fountain of life if you look sickly, right? It would be very difficult to do that. You should be a product of your own product. That's the reason why the smart buy, by purchasing shopping credits every month, at least a minimum of $150 for you to use the products, because you have to be a product of your own product. Another thing is you should at least have an inventory of your products together with you. All right? Because every business has its own inventory, right? Have you seen a store without any products in their store? Right? So it's very important that when someone needs the product, you have something, you have already something with you that you can give it to them. Okay. So remember, your inventory is very important. Whenever someone needs the product, it should be ready for them to purchase. Okay. Now, another thing when it comes to the smart buy is that you can enjoy additional 10% discount. Every time that you purchase, on top of your 30% discount, you will be able to enjoy additional 10% discount. So that's a lot of savings for you if you are using the product, and that's a lot of retail profit for you if you are sharing and selling the products, right? And on top of that, the smart buy allows you to enjoy what we call the no flash out. All right? It retains all of the CVs that are accumulated in your organization through infinity. So that's the great thing about our smart buys. Smart buys, or your 150 PV each and every single month, even if the CV is there for so many years, it wouldn't flush out. So that's your what we call that. That's your protection for your team volume for your CV. All right. And the great thing about that is with the smart buy, with the shopping credits, you can basically choose any product of your choice. All right. So it doesn't, limit you to just, of course, the fountain of life. It doesn't limit you to just purchasing the divine. When you have the shopping credits in your back office, it basically means that you can purchase any product of your choice. And another great thing about the smart buy is that you can accumulate it. Like for instance, you are able to see some items, like particularly the new shoes, right? The new fashion items, the jewelry collection. All right. So every month you put in 150, 150, 150. You can accumulate it until you are able to complete. Let's say you see a $1,000 bag that is available in your back office. So of course it will take you how much? 150, 150, or 5 to 6 months. After 5 to 6 months, then you can basically use that shopping credits that you accumulate so that you can purchase the fashion item of your choice. So we basically have a lot of features when it comes to our smart buy. And that's the reason why the moment that your new partner comes in, make sure that they understand why is it important to be on smart buy at least a minimum $150. Because if they are on smart buy each and every single month, then as you build your LD1, this qualification, this smart buy will no longer be a problem. Okay? So let me repeat. In order for you to become an LD1, you should have at least minimum of 2 LAs, okay? Or LAP or LAD. Like in this case, we have on the left, personally sponsored LAP, okay? So that's even more than LA. And then on the right is an LADE. So now you have your two personally sponsored LAP and LADE. And then when you mentor and coach these two, they will also have their 2 LAs minimum. One is, let's say here, an LADE, another LADE. And on the right, we have an LAP and an LA. So if you are able to complete this structure, and all of them are on a minimum of smart buy. Now, one thing to note, your personal volume for your promotion should be at least 250 PV. Okay? Now, why do we put there 250 PV? Because we want you to qualify for the other bonuses. All right? So just imagine if you put in just 150 PV there and you have an LAP and LADE here, wow, you're missing out on the variance bonus. All right? So you don't want to miss those things that are available for you. Just adding up additional 100 PV, that will qualify you to most of the provisions in the compensation plan. Okay? So again, you are in 250 PV, you sponsor 2 LAs, and then your 2 LAs sponsor their 2 LAs, and all of them are on Smart Buy or at least with 150 PV, then you become promoted to become an LD1. Now, the question is, okay, I will ask my own question, okay? These are the most frequently asked questions. What if, all right, what if, the question is there a timeline, okay, for me to complete this, okay? Basically, to answer that question, the structure doesn't have a timeline. It means, I'll give you an example. It means that if, let's say, you sponsor your left, okay, your new partner, let's say in May, all right, this month, and this partner of yours was able to also sponsor 2 new LAs minimum within the month of May, so that's good. The left part is already done, right? Now, let's say on your right, this was sponsored, you're personally sponsored on your right, happened in June, okay? And then he was also able to have 2 LAs by the month of June, okay? So now you completed the whole structure. You started in May, and then you completed the whole structure, 2 LAs, and those 2 LAs also have their 2 LAs by the end of June. Okay? Now, as long as all of them, all right, as long as all of them in the month of June, on your month of promotion, all of them are on 150 PV, then you still get promoted to LD1. Okay? And of course, your 250 PV is also very important. Okay? So this means that the structure doesn't have a timeline, but the month that you will be promoted, all of them should be at least on 150 PV, and you are on 250 PV. Okay? So that's the thing about the LD1. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise it in this call. All right? Now, another great feature about promoting to become an LD1 is that you can also have it on the same leg. Okay? Meaning, let's say if you are what we call power legging, okay? Building just your team on let's say on your one leg, okay? Let's say on the right. So let's say if you sponsor one LAP on your left, let's say on your left, okay? And then you sponsor another one on your left, okay? And then those that you sponsored on your left, those two LAs that you sponsored on your left also have their 2 LAs, okay? Then you can also be promoted to become an LD1, even if you're just building on one leg. Okay? Now, the only difference there is that if you are just building on one leg, you would still not cycle. Okay? Because of course, in order for you to cycle and enjoy the binary commissions, you should have at least a minimum volume on your other leg, on the right. Okay? But for purpose of promotion, you can basically build it on just one leg, particularly for LD1 and LD2. Okay? So I'm actually laying out to you all of the details when it comes to getting promoted because it is very important for, of course, when you're mentoring and coaching your new partners on how to get to the next level. Very, very important that this should be clear to them. Okay? So again, do you have any questions so far? I see that, yes. Okay, so no questions so far. All right. So anyway, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in our Q&A box. Okay. All right. Next is, of course, now how do I get to the next level? If I'm already an LD1 and I want to become an LD2, then how do I get to LD2? So let's answer that one. Okay. So the way for you to become an LD2 is very simple. And this is what I love about our compensation plan. In order for you to get promoted, you should help your team get promoted as well. Okay. So what you need to become an LD2 is to mentor two personal LD1s. Okay. So remember, if you have two LAs when you become an if you have two LAs when you become an LD1, those two LAs, when they become an LD1, those personally sponsored by you, then you can become an LD2. You will actually be promoted to LD2. Okay, as simple as that. So now you know how to become an LD1. Now the next thing is help your two new partners. Okay, those LAs become LD1, of course, personally sponsored by you. And if they get promoted to LD1, then you become an LD2. All right? As simple as that. Although it's simple and easy are different things, okay? But of course, you need to build these teams, right? So what happens here is when this becomes an LD1, and of course, on your right, you have another LD1 personally sponsored by you, it will push you up to become an LD2. Now, as an LD2, and by the way, you can also build it in just one leg. Okay, so if you build it in a way that both of those personally sponsored LD1s, okay, newly promoted LD1s are on the same leg, you can still be promoted to LD2. Okay, now, why become an LD2? Because when you become an LD2, you now have access, of course, to the car club, of course, the MGRS, the car club bonus, okay? Although at a higher level, at a higher rank, when you achieve, of course, 7,500 CV in team volume, then you can qualify for the car club bonus, okay? And then on top of that, You will also enjoy, of course, you now have access to qualify for the cruise. Okay? Now, the cruise is something really, really good. I hope that each and every partner will be able to enjoy the cruise, just like how we enjoyed it during the time that we had an Asia cruise. And I know Aranya here also, not only for Asia, together with Apinia, they were also a part of the North American cruise. Okay, so you can also take part in that. Now, how do you become qualified for the cruise? Is by first and foremost becoming an LD2, and on top of that, at least generate, I believe it's 40,000 CV, okay, accumulated from the time that you have joined. So this means that from the time that you have joined, even if you are not yet an LD2, all of the CVs generated in your team through Infinity, once it reaches 40,000. Remember, from the time that you have joined, accumulated, when it reaches 40,000 and you are already an LD2, then you qualify for the free cruise. Yay! All right. Now, again, when you become an LD2, you will now also be entitled to additional $1,000 FERI Kit collection. Okay? Additional $1,000. Now, how amazing is that, right? Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, let me see if we have any questions here. Yes, Apinia is here, and I believe she was able together with Aranya. They were all able also to visit our uh, previous office, right? All right. So thank you so much. And of course, now we move on to the next level, becoming an LD3. Okay, LD3. Now this is, as they say, what separates the uh, girl from the ladies and the boys from the gentlemen, right? Okay, because this level needs much, much more than just by becoming an LD1 and LD2. And of course, it pays much more. Why? Because not only you will need two LD2s personally sponsored by you, but you also need to have at least a minimum of 45,000 CV. Okay? For LD1 and LD2, you can basically do it by yourself. For some, yes, we have seen that. We have witnessed that I want to become an LD1. So all of the packages in that particular structure, uh it came from the LD1 or from the LD2. But for the LD3, it would be difficult if you will just be, doing all the things for your promotion. Why? Because this needs a team to work with you. Okay? So you have two LD2s, and those two LD2s, minimum two LD2s, and your team, okay, should have at least 45,000 CV. Okay? Minimum 15,000 per team, and of course, 1,500 PGV. Now, what is PGV, by the way? PGV is the volume generated by your first level. Okay? So whatever your first level buy, sell, or launch, it becomes your group volume or personal group volume. Now, you don't have to worry about that, because especially if your first level are active every month, they are on smart buy, every month they are purchasing products, every month they are sponsoring, every month they have customers, so this will cover for your PGV. Okay, so now 45,000 CV, how is that even possible, right? So probably some of you are asking, that's a lot of volume for my team. Now this is exactly the reason why it's not just enough for you to sponsor people, but it's also very important for you to mentor your team to get to the next level. Because I remember when our LD3 Jocelyn becomes promoted to LD3, it was on the fourth month, he was able to see multiple promotions, LD1s, LD2 promotions, multiple MGRS qualifiers, multiple car club and vacation club bonus qualifiers. And when that momentum is built, many are doing their own meetings, tours after tours after tours. And, people are enjoying all of the benefits of becoming an LD2, LD1s, car bonus, MGRS. People are seeing, results in their business. So when this happens, this creates momentum. And when that momentum is advanced, then, the volume, remember, volume is counted up to infinity. So it doesn't matter what level the volume is coming in, all of the volume in all of your partners, in all sales, through infinity is counted towards your promotion to become an LD3. All right. So this is very doable. As I mentioned earlier, LD3 Jocelyn became LD3 in 4 months. Okay, 4 months. Okay, so we have a lot of time to work on this. And one thing that I learned from our CEO when he was here in our Asia tour is that he showed us that in order for you to become promoted as an LD3, you need to work on the promotions of your team, LD1 and LD2. Focus on that. Okay? Help your team become LD1s. Help your team become LD2s. And one way to help them is by sharing with them how to get there and the benefits of becoming an LD1 and LD2. All right? Of course, when you become an LD1, you have MGRS, you have, of course, car and vacation club bonus, you have variance bonus, you also have, of course, all the other things, right? So we have a lot of benefits when it comes to our partners. Okay? So that's how you become an LD3 by building that momentum and helping your team get promoted to the next level. And when you become an LD3 up until December 31, of course, first two LD3s in each markets in each country will now have the opportunity to fly for free in Toronto, Canada. Of course, together with your hotel accommodation, 3 night stay in Canada, expense paid by Opulence Global. What an amazing trip. So who could it be? Who will be the next LD3 in your local markets? Okay? So I'm excited. I'm excited to see, of course, a lot of our partners, of course, enjoying the fruits of their labor. But more than that, you know what? The incentives are just what we call icing on the cake. But imagine if you are already generating 45,000, minimum 45,000 CV in your organization, right? So this is already your pathway to enjoy the lifelong residual income. How much monthly commissions will you be enjoying just by the team volume, just by the CV generated in your entire team through Infinity? Wow, right? So that is how you get to the next level. And of course, the next level is by becoming an LD4. You should not stop at LD3, right? Because of course, when you become an LD4, imagine if you're already generating 150,000 CV, right? 150,000 CV per month. How many power cycles are in that, right? So the lifelong residual income is really the key and pathway to, of course, enjoying time and financial freedom. And basically, in our compensation plan, this will allow you to enjoy that. Okay. And of course, we have our PLD, Presidential Lifestyle Director, and of course, the Royal Lifestyle Director. Okay. So, any questions when it comes to how you get to the next level and, of course, the perks and privileges? Yes. Hello, Rico. What if the LD3 comes from Canada? Now, that is an exciting, that is a very interesting question, Mavis. Yes. Yeah, that's a CEO question, probably, right? We can ask that in our forensic networker training. But you know what? This was originally designed for our African team, originally designed for an African team because I think they came up with this proposal or with this kind of incentive. What if we bring, our LD3s to Canada? And you know what? Because of the generosity of our CEO, he opened it up to the different markets because he wants you to have that drive, to have that inspiration on getting to the next level, on becoming an LD1, on becoming an LD2, and becoming an LD3. Okay? So again, this is the best time. You're gonna get there anyway. Why not now? Right? Why not now? All right? Now, in order for you to become an LD3, one thing to note, very, very important as well, is that you become trained. Okay? Because it's not easy to become an LD3 because you need to train and equip your team to go to the next level, to also become an LD3. Because you would need independent, strong partners who will be doing the business on their own. With or without you, they will still have the drive and as well as the knowledge as well as the ways to grow their business. Okay, so that is the reason why We want you to participate in the QT program because we want you to be trained. We want you to be equipped. We want you to have that drive. We want you to have that skill in developing your team to become independent business owners, okay, business partners, okay? Yes, Mavis, we will ask that question to our CEO. Probably he can put in some additional perks and privileges, especially to our Canadian team. But of course, I think the hotel accommodation will still be provided even if you're in Canada, right? All right, all right. So, who will be our next LD3, right? Now, what a wonderful momentum it will build, especially. So, I would encourage you, especially if you are building your team right now, look at your org chart, your organization, look at your back office, and see who among there are LAs. And I would also encourage you if there will be some sleeping LA, so to speak, then this is the time for you to update them of this exciting promotion. Who knows? This will be the one that will wake them up. Okay. And eventually, if they work on, because this is the thing about the Build Assist program, whenever they are working for certain promotions, it builds the momentum. And the great thing about our compensation plan, and as your partners gets promoted, automatically it promotes you. Okay. So now you're going to have to discuss not your promotion to your team. You're going to have to discuss with them and train them, mentor them on how they can get promoted. That's what I love about our compensation plan. That's what I love about our business. Our focus is on growing and expanding and building our partners, our team. Because it's natural that when your partners, when your team grows, your business grows. You get promoted to the next level. That's the only way for you to get promoted. Okay? So this is something that is really, really exciting. And I do hope that you take advantage of these exciting promotions happening, of course, for LD1s. Again, let me repeat that. If you are promoted to LD1 up until May 31, you'll receive $500 in POSH collection. And if you are promoted to LD2 by June 30, okay, up until June 30, LD2, then you get $1,000 in FERI collection. And if you get promoted to LD3 up until the end of this year, December 31, ample time, right? 8 months from now. Now set your targets, write down in your vision board, okay? Put it in your vision board. I will be LD3 before December 31, 2025. And put a picture there of the Niagara Falls. Put a picture there of our headquarters, okay? Our Toronto headquarters. And why not enjoy it, right? Why not have this travel for free? Courtesy, of course, of our amazing, amazing opportunity here in Opulence Global. Okay? So, any questions so far, or is it clear already? Anything that you would like to share? All right. All right. So now I will leave the floor for questions. If there is anything that you would like to ask, then we still have approximately 10 more minutes before we wrap up this call. If you have any questions, then feel free to share it. And if you have some exciting or inspiring stories to share, like the one that we had in our Philippine call early on around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we have some amazing, amazing testimonials that was shared there. And of course, a lot of great things happening, a lot of new promotions as well. So yeah, please feel free to share as well. You can basically raise your hand so that we can unmute you if there's anything that you would like to ask or anything that you would like to share in this call. Okay? And also, by the way, for those of you who have contacts here in the Philippines, okay, just let me know. We can actually book a schedule together with you. All right. I can assist you, especially if you have some partners here in the Philippines that schedule a Zoom call, and I can assist you particularly with your local prospects here in the Philippines. I can do a Taglish presentation with them, and of course, be able to answer any questions that might have. All right. So what link for the 2 p.m. PH time? Basically, Liz, this is our core group team. But yes, we can do a separate training for you because this is the time wherein we discuss our plans and strategies for the week. So we basically have, of course, our core group in the northern part of the Philippines, in North Luzon. We also have our core group in the southern part of the Philippines. And then particularly with your team, we can do also a strategy call together with you so we can customize it based on what your team needs. Okay. And then for tomorrow, we also have a tag list presentation for those of you um, who have some prospects here in the Philippines. We also have a tour happening at 7 p.m. Okay, Philippine time every Tuesday. Okay, so that's basically a presentation, a tour, of course, directed to our guests here in the Philippines. It's a Taglish version, but of course, if you are living in other parts of the world, you can always find someone here in the Philippines and be sponsored by you, and we can have them assisted here in the Philippines as you build your international and global business. Yes. All right. So there's a question here. Yes, Jerry, looking forward to having you here in the Philippines. Okay. I know that you're rocking there in Canada. So good job, and well done. Congratulations to your team there. And we have here Italo saying, can you explain the rank maintainable for all three levels, please? Okay, rank maintainable. So let me just share those slides once again. Okay, so basically, particularly for the LD3, okay, you should have at least 45,000 CV for you to get promoted. Now, the 45,000 CV is coming from your team volume. So this means that whatever your team, okay, all the team sales, all of the purchases of your team, all of the packages that are launched with in your team through Infinity, it becomes your CV. So when all of this accumulates to 45,000 CV in one calendar month, okay, then you get promoted. So that's what we call the rank maintenance. It's very important for you to achieve that to become an LD3. Okay. Now, when it comes to LD2, let me get back here. Okay. So rank maintenance, particularly for promotion purposes, okay, let me just clarify this with our head office. But as far as I know, for promotion purchases, you only need to complete the structure, having two LD1s. Now, for rank maintenance, very important for this, is especially when it comes to the car club bonus. Because when you become an LD2, okay, one of the requirements for you to enjoy the perks and privileges of an LD2 car club bonus, which is I think the premium car club bonus, $750, is you should have at least a minimum team volume of 7,500 CV. Okay? So that's very, very important in order for you to enjoy your car club bonus, as well as for becoming, of course, an LD1. Okay? All right. So when you become an LD1, you also have that car club bonus as well. Okay, so that's basically important. But the thing that I need to clarify with the head office is if, because as far as I know, you only need the structure. Okay, particularly have two LAs, and those two LAs sponsor two LAs, and then for LD2s, you need to have at least two LD1s, and then that's it. The only thing that we would need the team volume is by when you become promoted to LD3. Okay, so that is what is needed, the rank maintenance, the rank advancement maintenance, so that you can become an LD3. That's the 45,000 CV team volume through Infinity. Okay, all right. I hope I answered your questions, but of course, there's one thing that I need to clarify as well. Okay, I think we also have a raise of hand here. Let me just open the mic here for Mom Rosalie. Hello, Miss Rosalie. Good morning to you. Are you in Canada?
No, I'm from Texas.
Oh, from Texas. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello, Miss.
Yes. Hi. Hello. Good morning, everyone. My question is, with regards to the upline that I have, how can you encourage this upline to become active again? Because if I have a question, the tendency is they cannot answer the question. Tendency of me to make find the resources to answer my question, because I'm also thinking of my downline, and at the same time I'm thinking of my upline. how
Hmm.
can we encourage to come back the upline to do their work?
Okay.
So of course
Well,
there is some training, but there's a lot of alibis that, they're saying I don't have time. But my question is, how did you come up with this kind of business if you are not prepared yourself?
well, that's a very, very good question, Rosalie. Thank you for
Or
bringing
or
that
or
out.
another question, can we
Yes, go ahead.
remove
Go ahead.
them? Can we remove them in their position right now if they're not working?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me just answer those first two questions. First question is what to do with an upline who's no longer active. Well, to tell you honestly, we cannot do anything about them because it's beyond our control whether they will continue or not. Okay, we can inspire them, we can motivate them, we can encourage them, but at the end of the day, it's always their decision that counts. Okay, now there is a system here, what we call the My Five. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the My Five is
Yeah,
specifically designed.
yes,
Yeah,
I'm using that my five.
very good, very good. Because it is not
Okay.
just your upline who can help you in the business, but you have actually a team above you that can help you. Remember, if your upline is no longer active, what will they teach you? How can you learn from them? Right? And I
That's
have
the
had
thing.
that
That's the
experience, right?
problem.
Sorry?
That's the thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you wouldn't want to learn to someone who's not core, to someone who's not active. They will teach you the
Yeah.
wrong things, right? So
Uh-huh.
it doesn't matter. If there is still there, then it's just there. We can no longer remove them because that's the line of sponsorship. Okay?
Okay.
We cannot control other people's thoughts, actions, emotions. What we can control is how we respond to the business, right?
Okay.
So just first question, utilize your My Five. Okay, they are the ones who can assist you well, teach you well, mentor you well. That's the reason why you identify the My Five who are actively building the business because you can be inspired by them, but not the ones that are inactive, because the ones that are inactive will teach you basically the wrong things and it will end up, of course, in the wrong way, right? Now another thing, what's your second question, is can we remove them? The answer to that, I think I
Yeah.
have answered that already, is no,
Yes.
because they are already a part of our line of sponsorship. Okay, so once it's there in the system, we can no longer remove them, but unless they do something that is unethical, they do something that is based or against our policies and procedures, then there is a way for people to get suspended, terminated. But again, then their names will be there, but the benefits they no longer can enjoy. And by the way, if they're no longer active, if they haven't renewed, then all of the privileges as a partner will be removed. They will no longer enjoy that once they're not renewed anymore. And if they're inactive, they're not qualifying, then they will never they will not be enjoying all of the bonuses and commissions. All right?
Okay. All
So that's
right.
the thing there, right? So that's the thing there. And I want you to channel your energy, your focus on your new team, those who are the excited ones, and of course be inspired by those who are excited as well on top of you. It's very hard to be
Okay.
inspired by someone who doesn't do the business, right?
Okay, another one, another. In addition to that, can you share these slides about the launching a business for a new a member? Because there, this is always a problem, because somebody is teaching me or doing for me about
Mm-hmm.
launching a new member, but there is always a mistake, because when they deliver the products, there is always incomplete. So I ended up calling the back office, added, you did not use the Opulence currency, you did not use the credit, the shopping credit. And of course, this is the way I learn, okay? And it's a good thing, because these are my downline. But
Mm-hmm.
I ended up, doubling or tripling the work. So
Mm-hmm.
do we have the standard package for the new member to receive properly? Say for example, a complete package. Say
Mm-hmm.
if they want an order or a family package of FOL with
Mm-hmm.
a madness bonus, because we finished with the madness bonus last April, and
Yes.
I joined last April. So I work hard for my downline, because they will say, they will call me, oh, I'm missing these three, or FOL or the divine or something. So I end up, calling them. So in order to prevent those, back and forth calling and then, putting a lot of effort, do we have a standard of ordering the products and then ship it complete?
Yeah. I believe that that can be answered with a back office training, okay? Because
Ah,
we don't
okay.
have a particular, yeah, we don't have a particular, step by step on how to, purchase this because our back office basically, as you know, the packages comes in shopping credits. So shopping credits gives you the freedom to choose any product of your choice. So basically,
Okay.
we don't have a package. We have bundles that you can select, but it's something that it should be trained, no, particularly when it comes to the back office. So what we can do, Miss Rosalie, is probably together with your My Five or together with me, we can do a separate training for the back office training so that you can become more familiar when you are launching your new package, your new teams, your new partners. Then I can show you the features of how to go through step by step on how you launch.
Please send it
Yes.
to
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
so that
No,
I can
actually, we
share
will do
also
a
to my
live training for
downline.
that so that it will be more interactive. You can raise your questions. We can set a time for that. We can do a back office
Okay, so
training.
I expect that.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Yes,
Thank
please.
you
Yeah,
very
yeah. We can
much.
we can set that up. Hopefully within this week. Whatever your time. Let's chat. I know that you sent me a message, but that's a long answer, so I haven't responded to that yet. But good thing that you are here on this call, and let's set a
Yeah.
schedule so that we can do a training. Okay?
Okay, and another thing, Rico,
Yeah.
maybe we are launching a shipping to Italy
Mm-hmm.
very soon, maybe Tuesday. And
Wow.
there's a lot of people already in the momentum of, buying the products and maybe
Mm-hmm.
registering their, become a business partner. So
Wow.
that's what we are thinking about, the shipping, the incomplete products when they arrive, because Italy, Canada, blah, blah, blah. So that will be a big problem. So I would
No,
like
no,
to
it
have a
should.
standard and the training how to
Yeah.
register this prospect to, not to get a mistake, because this is not like, a company, that big company that has a problem, but this is the thing that I encountered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, especially when you learn about the back office, that wouldn't be a problem with regards to complete products, the shipping, because it's already provided there in your back office. That's the great
Yeah.
thing about our, our ordering system is that you can basically do it yourself. No, once you get to the back office, you have the choices, the selections on what products you want to purchase,
Uh-huh.
and then on top of that, regardless of what country they are in, you just have to input there to where you will ship it, and automatically the shipping cost will be computed there. It will be provided
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we should have a separate training for this so you can
Sure,
get
sure.
to have an understanding of how the back office works. And that's
Okay.
very, very important when it comes to building and expanding into different markets.
Yeah. But
Very good for
yeah,
bringing that
yeah.
up.
You I want to thank I am grateful that I always called Greg, and she is very helpful
Yeah.
for that. He's very patient, very calm, very very really I'm grateful for Greg, because he knows me already. So
Yes.
and
Yeah.
also, I'm thankful because you guys are always present, Renee and Dr. Henry and you. So that's why I keep on attending as much as possible in this kind of training, because I'm not a businesswoman. I just joined this because of the products, that works. I'm a
Wonderful.
retired nurse, but, I really appreciate what the FOL works and the divine for the people. And I'm just here to help them, especially if they have conditions that are questionable. So with this I can continue as like my profession. So those are the things. So I'm thankful. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
Have a
Thank you
nice
so much,
day.
Rosalie. Looking forward for your expansion, especially right now. You're just
Thank
barely new,
you.
right? When did you join? When did you become a part of Opulence team?
Last March.
Just this April, and right now you're
Last April.
expanding.
And we
Wow,
enjoyed we
congratulations.
enjoyed the March Madness.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you, Miss Rosalie, and of course to your
Thank
team.
you.
And looking forward to working with you and expanding your markets.
Sure, 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 sure.
Wow.
We will include you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Rosalie. Yes, again, congratulations. Wow. Anyone else here who would like to ask, raise your questions or probably share something? We can probably have one more. And of course, thank you so much, Mavis, for your message. God bless you too, Mavis. Yes. Thank you so much. All right. So if there are no more questions, well, so much. Thank you so much to each and everyone who joined us in this call. Remember, this happens every Monday. We're going to do some special topics. We're going to do a deep dive on whatever topic is relevant, whatever you need clarification on. This is different from the trainings that we do because the trainings that we do, we have a set of slides. This is a uniform training. But for this one, we're going to cover those topics and we're going to, dissect them so that at least you will have a better understanding about, let's say, sometimes we discuss the products, sometimes we discuss, of course, the different parts of the compensation plan, and sometimes we discuss the mindset training, very, very important as well. So whatever is needed by your team, whatever is needed by your market in this business, then you can suggest and we can discuss it and we can dissect it so that it will be clearer and of course you would understand it more. Okay. All right, so probably next topic we could do that, no? The back office training. Probably we can cover that as well, so that each and every one of you will have more information, or you get trained as well on how you do the back office training. Okay. All right. Thank you so much to each and everyone. Yes, yes, yes. I can see more and more messages coming in. Yes. Where can we find more Roslyn? She's looking for uplines. Wow. Yes, Jerry. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And of course, thank you so much for your messages. I think I also saw a message from Mona here. Where is that? Oh, I got lost. I don't. Okay, can you put me in contact with Rosalie from the US? Thanks. Yeah, sure, sure. Mona. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then yes. Yes, yes. Thank you so much to each and everyone. I do hope that you gain something out of this special training that we do every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Philippines, Singapore, and Malaysia, as well as for Thailand, 7:30 p.m. For Eastern Time. It's as 8:30 in the morning. Okay, 8:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 a.m. Okay, that being said, thank you to each and everyone who joined us in this call. May you have an amazing week, and I declare that your week will be fruitful. You'll be having more and more customers, more and more partners working with you, and we will be able to help more and more people in our business. Remember, guys, this business is all about sharing and caring. Okay? Keep on sharing, keep on caring, keep on helping people improve their lives. And I guarantee you, your life will also improve if you do that. All right? Thank you so much. And of course, building the billion. Have a fruitful week ahead. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.